fighting cancer. If you're checking out the video, I've got 9 cards of the Crowley deck here. Let's get into your reading. Now we're starting off with a Major Arcana. One we don't see often. This is the Hermit. Beautiful art. Beautiful card. Resisting evolving because it will set you apart from something. Possibly fear of loneliness. So this is talking about some kind of energy in you that's resisting some kind of a personal evolution because it feels like it'll move you away from family, friends, or location or something. Not a good thing. You don't want to resist that evolution. And don't indulge in fear of loneliness. That's only going to bring you more problems. Now we have the Prince of Wands coming after that. There's a bit of a chariot look. It's this card. Heed the knowledge of others. Listen. So if you keep your ears open this month, you can benefit from picking up on some type of knowledge that someone has. Boom, and here we have the Wisdom card. We got the Hierophant coming right after that. Rebellion against tradition. Don't damage relationships. So if you could describe some of your possible behavior that you recently had that's like rebellion against tradition in some sense, I don't know, it's family or societal, but don't take it to the point where it damages relationships. And maybe it's been in the back of your mind. Maybe you can identify with that in your life. Let's see what we got. We got the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands. Awareness of changes around you it's very important. And you know, it's always bad to act like things aren't happening. You have to acknowledge change around you, and that not resisting, being aware of changes, and not acting like they aren't happening. It kind of goes to this Hermit. Resisting evolving can be, what's the old dignified or reversed meaning of the Hermit is, in a sense, or it is. So, don't act like changes aren't happening. And it's like, don't resist the evolution, even if it might set you apart. Don't be afraid of loneliness. And then we have a card here, Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords. Something ends. There's a finale to some situation. But it's more of an upright meaning. It's more of a dignified meaning. So it's not the negative, most negative form of this card, the Ten of Swords. But it talks about waiting and wondering are over. There is a finality to some situation. Don't be afraid of loneliness. Don't be afraid of being set apart. It's part of the evolution. Cancer. What else we got here? We got a Princess of Cups. That's a very beautiful, very almost aquatic theme to that art. This Princess of Cups basically mystical state of mind, open emotionally, need to achieve a stronger individual will. And that's going to help deal with that fear of loneliness. That's going to help deal with that fear of being set apart and not resisting that personal evolution. And acknowledging the changes that are happening around you. You can't deny those things. Sometimes things change around you, and ignoring it or acting like it's not happening, it's not doing anybody any good. Seven of Swords. Reminded that even heroic effort can be ignored. Be noble anyway, knowing you gave your best effort. So sometimes heroic effort is put into saving family situations, career, living arrangements. Sometimes heroic effort is put into a lot of things. Just getting transportation arranged on a regular. Sometimes heroic effort, but sometimes those heroic efforts are ignored. Not necessarily the universe. The universe doesn't really ignore, but sometimes it is ignored, but you want to act noble anyway. And then we have this Nine of Discs. This is avoiding overindulgence. It's kind of a general message. Avoiding overindulgence could be food, it could be spending too much time online, it could be other intoxicants or something. It could be something along those lines. Restore your energies. Avoid sloppy focus. So it's kind of like saying in the weeks ahead, avoid indulging in too much play or pleasure, and keep your head on a swivel. Focus. Focus. Watch this video a couple times. Look at these cards. If you have your own deck, pull the cards out. Look at them. Hold them. This is a great deck to have. I recommend everybody has it. And I'll finish you off with the Major Arcana, the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man. Referring back to Seven of Swords here. Being noble, knowing that heroic effort might be ignored. No matter how much effort you put into something, it might be ignored. But don't be a sacrificial lamb. Be noble, but don't be a sacrificial lamb. Not even to your own devices or vices, whichever it may be. But don't be a sacrificial lamb to your own devices or vices. Be noble, but not a sacrificial lamb. So, resisting evolving, never a good thing. It'll just, fearing it because it might set you apart. You need to think opposite of that. Sometimes being set apart is the way you need to go. Even if it's location or from people. And you have heed the knowledge of others. Listen. You're probably going to hear this repeated. It'll probably be like a confirmation to this reading. And you have the wisdom coming from the Hierophant. Rebellion against tradition. That's all well and good, but don't damage relationships over it. Especially if you can listen to them. So maybe the person that's going to have wisdom or knowledge that you need to listen to is probably somebody that wouldn't take kindly to a total all-out rebellion against tradition. Maybe just keep that in wraps or rein it in a bit. Eight of Wands here. Awareness of changes around you is very important. Can't act like it's not happening. Yeah, your Ten of Swords. There's a finale to something. It's an upright though, so it's a good thing. The waiting and wondering are over, and that's a good thing. Yeah, we have the Princess of Cups. Mystical, open emotionally, need to achieve a stronger individual will. That's always a good piece of advice. I like these three down here though. These Seven of Swords and your Knight of Discs. Even heroic effort could be ignored, but be noble. Avoid overindulgence. Restore energies and avoid sloppy focus. Being noble, but not a sacrificial lamb to even your own vices or devices. Well, okay, that's what I got. And namaste. Thanks for checking out the video.